Let's talk decluttering today, everyone. Come and have a look at my disaster of a garage. This is my project over the next couple of weekends. Please join me as I get stuck into this space and let's talk about some of the lessons I've learnt since I've been decluttering my home. Easter long weekend is almost here, and these videos might encourage you to get stuck into some of your own decluttering projects over the long weekend. I'm actually going to split my garage declutter into two videos because it's just a little bit of a big job for me to do all in one hit. So this video will be one half of my garage, and then next week I will post the other half and hopefully see some big improvements along the way. Since the beginning of 2024, I've been on a decluttering mission in my home. And so what are some of the lessons I've learnt on this journey of decluttering? I've learnt that the biggest and most positive action you can take in your home to help with overwhelm, stress, anxiety, low mood, and general poor mental health is to declutter. Move clutter out of your home, and you're not only clearing physical space for the better function of your home, but you are making room for creativity, calmness, reduced stress and anxiety, improved focus and productivity, enhanced self-esteem, and a greater sense of control over your environment and life. And personally, being a busy, full-time, working, single parent, decluttering regularly is most certainly one of the ways I know will make my day-to-day life so much less chaotic and more manageable overall. I've learnt that time is a sure decider of whether you want or need to keep items, or do you declutter them. I've said before that time allows you to see how often you use these items, or do you use them at all. Time allows you to identify which of these items benefit or hinder your home. And time allows you to see if having to store and manage these items is more of a frustration than a pleasure. And also, time gives you the emotional space to be able to develop clarity around sentimental items that you may have been holding on to for a long time. In my garage today, I have been able to make decluttering decisions on camping gear, Christmas decorations, and other items. I just didn't have the mental capacity to make decisions on these items, even 6 months ago, when I last decluttered this garage. I've learnt that decluttering is never a once-off activity, but it's a regular, consistent habit we have to build into our lives. It's an ongoing journey, not a destination. It's almost like peeling an onion back, where you might do one round of decluttering in a space, and at that time it was what was needed to be done. But then 6 months later, you have a fresh set of eyes and a new capacity to be able to declutter more. Decluttering has to be a habit that we set aside time for on a daily or weekly basis to be able to get the full benefit of decluttering and to make a meaningful impact in our home. I've learnt that mostly decluttering doesn't take as long as you think it is going to, and that the feeling of not wanting to declutter does pass. The key here, though, is to just get started. And once you get started, you will be surprised as to what you can achieve in a relatively short time. And the feeling of motivation will catch up with the action. You probably will even want to continue once you start to see the progress you are making. My garage has overwhelmed me walking into it each day, and I have lived with it like this for months. But when I actually got started in here, if I take out the time it took me to set up the camera, move the camera around, etc., it only took me about an hour and a half to declutter this space. A great way to set yourself up for a win when decluttering is to set a timer, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes, and see how much you can get done. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve in time that has been blocked for a purpose. I've learnt that done is always better than perfect. There is a quote that really speaks to me, and it says, "Perfectionism is the enemy of progress." Does this ring true to anybody else? I know there are many things in my life that I have been fearful or reluctant to start because perfectionism starts speaking to me and saying that I'm never going to be able to do it to a good enough standard. But this mentality literally stops any kind of progress, big or small, from starting, let alone blossoming and developing further. This garage project is nowhere near perfect. I have large memory boxes of the kids that need going through, items on the shelves that probably need decluttering decisions made on them, amongst other things. But when you start these projects, you have to remind yourself of the bigger success, which today is that I have a bootload of clutter to take to the second-hand store, and I can walk safely to the end of my garage without hazards in the way. Done is better than perfect. I've learnt that no one is going to declutter for me, nor can they do it for me. No one is going to declutter for me because this is my responsibility. I got myself into this state of clutter and mess, and so for me to learn the new skills of how to declutter and how to make future wise decisions that are going to bless my home, I have to be the one to do the work. Otherwise, change doesn't happen. And no one can do it for me because mentally, emotionally, physically, I need to feel the empowerment to be the one to make the decluttering decisions. This is why hoarders feel so anxious when organising teams come into their homes and try to declutter as much as they can, as quick as they can. The lack of control over the hoarder's own things is so paralysing for them. It is really important for our self-esteem and worth to be doing it ourselves. I've learnt that every item in our homes will have an expiration date of it seeming important. This is the journey of decluttering. You will be able to make a decluttering decision at the right time. Items that felt so special to us 10 years ago may feel very different to us today. The special memory is probably still there, but the attachment may feel different. Wedding dresses are a great example of this. Items that you are holding on to because you know I really might use it one day. Over time, you get clarity that it's actually okay to let them go. Let someone else get the joy or use out of them. The importance of these items diminishes. You realise you will be okay. The world will not end if you let them go. I've learnt to take note of how you feel when you walk into a room, a space, your home, because it's a surefire way to tell if you need to declutter. Feelings are a smoke sign that something is good or something needs to change. A home can feel peaceful or spike anxiety. A home can feel calm or burdensome. A home can feel ordered or chaotic. A home can feel clean or messy. A home can make you feel relief when you walk into it or weary because of all the clutter you see around you. So listen to what your eyes and your body is telling you and take action. Clutter is burdensome in so many ways. Prioritise peace over stuff. And I've learnt that it is best to get decluttered items out of your home straight away or as quick as you can. If you don't, then the temptation to renege on those great decluttering decisions can be too strong, or if you're like me, the boxes of clutter will just sit in the house or the car for way too long collecting dust. Take it to the second-hand store immediately, which is what I was able to do today, or at least have it in the car ready to drop on your way to or from work. One thing I know for sure, though, is that the benefits of decluttering are always going to outweigh the initial feeling of loss you might have when you let clutter go. Most of the items I have decluttered in the past 18 months or so, I wouldn't even be able to recall what they are, and I certainly haven't missed them. Thank you for joining me on this horrible rainy autumn day. I hope you got some inspiration or encouragement from this video, and I would love you to check in next week when I complete this project. Well, complete it as much as it will be done this time anyway. I hope you have a really blessed week ahead, everyone, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.